Hey YouTube, this is Forest Walker 111. Just thought I'd do a quick bushwalk video. I'm going to probably shoot this in several parts, as I am shooting it on my smartphone, and I have to take that into consideration. So as far as battery life and whatnot, you guys all know that, or are familiar with some version of having to deal with battery life. So anyways, I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to start walking, and I hope you guys enjoy. I am actually going to have to give you a bit more info. I'm in a bit of bush here, about 700 acres behind my home. I live out in farm country, and this is all private land. So it's just me and my neighbor that come out here. Nobody else, so it's pretty sweet that way. And I'm going to do some exploring. Hope you enjoy. And please forgive the bouncing. I had to ATV into this part, to this point rather, and walk from here obviously. And just to give everyone a heads up, I do not edit my videos, so this is all raw, I guess we'll call it. So if there's any background noises or anything else, I guess I'll apologize, but at the same time I think in my case raw is better, because I can't edit worth a crap. So here we go. I'm going to try not to talk. Every once in a while I'm going to make some kind of loud noise, just because there are coyotes back here. Not that I'm overly concerned about that, but you don't want to startle anything. So if you hear that, it's just me giving a few raps on my billy can. Also, if I'm not pointing directly in the direction I'm going, I'll give a quick apology for that now, because I am trying to look around instead of looking through the screen of the camera. Well, first obstacle. That's what happens when you drive ATVs back here a lot. Tracks fill up with water. So we're going to do a skirt around that, if we can. Like I said, this is all uncharted, this section. Not been through here before. And it is heavy bush. Something else I probably don't have to say, as you can see that for yourself. Heavy, heavy bush. Now, depending on how bad this is, I may choose to go in the other direction. because it's pretty wet back here. We've had it's been raining all week, off and on. Quite a few heavy dumps of water have occurred, so no promises there either. We'll go this way, I think. It's looking a little marshy this way, as you can see. Sorry for the fingers there, just trying to adjust my grip. Yeah, looks like we're going to have to go another direction. I think you all agree. Without hip waders, that's not looking too fun. It's pretty deep and muddy, so we'll try that other direction we saw there. And if I have to suddenly stop filming, it's only because I've just noticed the time. I'm going to try and keep them around 10-minute parts for ease of uploading. I'm only just starting out, so I've only got a 15-minute limit on my videos. And we're at about 7 minutes now. And I am new to filming, so my apologies if this is overly amateurish. But we all got to start somewhere, right? I just hope it doesn't rain again on me. Not that I'm afraid of getting wet, I'm not going to melt. But my camera sure as hell will stop working. My phone, that is. We don't want that. Looks like we're walking into another marsh. It does appear to be a bit drier. Of course, appearances can be deceiving. Right, gents? And we do have black bears as well. So I'm going to bang the crap out of this billy can. Make sure they know I'm in the area. I'm not worried about a black bear unless I startle one. I'm coming close, I'm on my last minute here, so I'm going to do something real quick and show you. This. I made it. Just a quick rough cedar stick here. Limb. I grabbed it at the V. It was from a dead or dying tree. And basically what I've done is made myself a little tripod. I don't have one, and then they don't really have them for smartphones, although Gerber makes something with a suction cup. But I just carved a little slot, like so. I'll try and demo it. It's not in the ground very well, but there's my tripod. Anyways, we're at the 10-minute mark, so part 1's up. We'll start with part 2. Okay, we're back with part 2 of my bushwalk. Started it again with my little homemade tripod here. Just MacGyvered that up. For you Mac fans, you should appreciate that, I hope. So we're going to not waste any time and keep moving here. And just sharpened, I'll show you this real quick. I just sharpened one end, obviously. Rough sharpen, and kept it kind of flat, a bit more stable than if I were to round it off. And yeah, alright, let's rock and roll. Had to dust that term off, I guess, eh? Like I said, rough and unedited. It's a nice little clearing here. But the trail does seem to have dried up on me. As far as the trail that was already here. Yeah. Alright. And that's thick brush. So, we'll do some backtracking. Sorry for the quick movements and spins, guys. Let's try to do a slow pan. It's very foggy out this morning. It's about oh geez, I don't know, 8:30 by now. Trail does seem to come this way as far as the ATV. It's my neighbor's property. It just seems to do a loop right here through some marsh. Now, I'm calling it marsh because it's reedy, muddy, and it's holding water like a marsh tends to. Well, I'm not going to be able to go on foot anywhere that way. We've got some mushrooms here. I'm going to leave them alone, but if anybody knows what those are, I'll try and get a close-up. If anyone knows what those are, let me know. I'll try and do some research on them myself. But if anyone's familiar with those, just fire me off a little note, let me know what that is. Pick one here so you can get a better look at it. That's the underside, long, thin, sort of translucent stem. That to focus would be nice. Let's try that against my knee. There. Yeah, if anyone knows what that is just from that little look, let me know. I'm always interested in learning about, hopefully, what's a wild edible. Okay, so we're backtracking some more. And despite my comment about trying not to talk, it doesn't seem to be happening. I'm out here by myself, so I mean, it kind of Kind of feels like you guys are out here with me if I'm talking to the camera a bit. I hope that's okay. That's a nice breeze. I'm starting to get a little stuffy in there. Looks like we can go this way. Not sure. Definitely tracks that want to go that way. Now if I go that direction, that's back towards the marshy area. I'll show you real quick, I guess. I don't know how many parts this is going to be in, guys. There's the other side of that marsh that I was on. We were just over there, and then that clearing I was talking about at the start of the second part was in there. Oh, it looks like it might go this way. I think all we're doing is circling back around to what we just came from. And yeah, that's a little wetter. Yeah, I'm not prepared footwear wise. I'm already soaked quite a bit. Hey, it's the price you pay to get out and enjoy the wild, right? So, as far as on foot, with my footwear, that's a bit of a dead end. Dead end. Dead end. Alright. Looks like we're going back pretty much the way we came here. Apologize if this is a little too, I guess, redundant maybe. Repetitive, better word for everybody. Buddy of mine is on a similar trip right now, out his way, across the pond, and I'm hoping he's having better weather, pardon me, than what I'm having. Okay, well, looks like we're going back in the way we came. Kind of sucks. This will be much easier to do if it's dry. So once this rain buggers off and everything gets a chance to dry up, I'll come back out, because I've been that way, which was the first trail shoot we tried, and it goes in quite a piece once you get past that little marsh. Yeah, we'll go back this way and see what is over here. I'm also trying to do this without a compass. I have a compass just in case, but so far so good. I haven't got myself turned around yet, despite the lack of trails in this area. Here's another question I'll pose for my whatever audience I may have. Is anyone familiar with this particular kind of lichen or moss? I'm not sure what you'd want to call it. It's doing better than it was before. That stuff gets hard as coral when it's dry. Try and zoom in a little bit if that helps. Again, sorry for the shaky. I'm going to do some videos with a camera soon, as soon as I get one. Yeah, there's an example of what I'm talking about. I believe that's coyote scat. Obviously quite old. I don't know where they den around here. I want to find out so I can avoid it. Wouldn't mind coming across, and this is going to bring a few people back to their youth, and some of you guys might not have any idea what the hell I'm talking about, but I wouldn't mind finding a little Fred Penner-like spot. That would be nice. Okay, there's the fence line right there. I don't know if you can see that. Right in this little opening, there's a fence right there. So that is the outer edge of his property, and it goes about 300 or 400 acres that way. I don't know, you know what, let's be a bit more accurate and say probably a good kilometer that way, or 2, and then about the same back. So we're in the bottom right corner of it, as I look at it out my back door type of thing. Probably unnecessary. I know they know I'm here, even if I don't know they are. But better to be safe. And we're over my 10-minute mark, so we'll stop this part and we'll start her up again. And we're back. Part 3. Looks like we're going to have a lot of parts. Hope that's okay with everyone. Like I said, that's just easier for me to do. A lot of wind damage. Had a what do they call, macro burst where I work, which is about 45-minute drive from here, further into the boonies, as we like to call it around here. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with that term. And I just love this view right here. I mean, look at that. It's just it just relaxes you, doesn't it? Being in a section like this, a bit more old growth cedar. It's nice. Not so thick in the brush. Mind you, it's thick enough on either side. I'm gonna try and spend this winter clearing some trails for myself, so I'll be a bit more prepared for next year. As far as just getting out, I'm going to shoot videos straight through the seasons. Fall and winter being my favorite seasons. Oh, look at that. That is a bit of a gold mine for tinder. Look at all the birch shavings on that sucker. I am going to be starting a little fire later, but I've already got some on me, and I have backup wet fire just in case. I'm going to try and get a little fire going later on. Who knows what part that'll be. 7 through 10, something like that. This isn't as exciting as it looks, because it's just a small loop around. Let me show you, seeing as I actually came up that way. We'll come down this way. It's just a smaller trail to avoid the incline right here, if you're ATVing, that is. I like to follow this little water course for a bit if I can, but there's a fence there, even though I know the other side is his property. Is part of the property I have access to. I'll stick with this for now. Again, my apologies for the bouncing around, guys. I hope this doesn't make anyone sick. Motion sickness. I'll have a camera soon, and I'm going to make sure it's got a good auto stabilization feature to it. And I'm probably not the only one that wants to go check that out. There's a couple little holes there that could hold something that I don't want to tick off because I'm just not feeling that brave. There's a lot of skunks around the area as well. But I do kind of want to go up that way a wee bit and see what we can see. I'm just trying to think if it'd be smart to make this a shorter part, just for safety's sake. So I've got two hands to climb that. It's only about 30 feet, not even that in height. That's I don't know if it's easy to tell from here, but it's going to be slick, and I don't want to end up waking up here a couple hours from now with a back and headache. So, that being said, I think I'll stop right here, and we'll start up when I get to the top. Okay guys, so what are we at now? Part 4? If I've got that wrong, I apologize, but I just came up there. Actually, the edge is right there. So we'll move on and see what we see. This is a nice little area. I like to find a clearing in here. So many down trees, I certainly wouldn't trust it to set up a camp, but as you can or cannot see, I hope I don't keep pointing this too much at the ground or what have you. Looks like we might be able to get through here. Kind of hard to say. Trying to find the path of least resistance. It looks like it's this way. Indeed, it does appear to be opening up a bit. Down, 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 down. Yeah, that's enough of that. All right, we got an opening. This is great. This is great. The bugs are out in full force. Little buggers. Nothing I can do about that right now. Holy crap. Alright, we have a fence line there. Hopefully I'm not crossed into the side I'm not supposed to be on. This much acreage though, I would certainly hope not. I'll have to ask next time I see him. Find out. And this stuff's everywhere. These little holes that probably hold something. There's another fence line there, so I don't think I'll be able to go much farther. Ah, it's a nice opening. It does seem to be on the right side of the fence, so that's good. Still just a lot of brush, a lot of heavy stuff. Sorry, I think I might have holding you too low there, guys. Nice opening though. Good breeze. Hopefully the bugs will take off for a little bit. Not too bad. Can't complain anyway, even though I am a little bit. And if my commentary sucks, too bad. No, I'm kidding. I'm what you might consider quite shy in front of a camera. One reason I haven't turned it towards me. But, so I have no idea how this is going to come off. The commentary, that is. Definitely a nice little area. Switch hands there, get some blood back into that one. Oh, I think the sun kind of, or what there is of sunlight. Black that out for a sec, sorry. I'm just looking around. This tour, this walkabout, bushwalk, whatever you want to call it, is as much for me as it is for you guys. We'll call it a 50-50. Sorry, I didn't want that protein right now. Alright, well, hey, let's just pick a direction. See if we can't skirt this a bit. Soggy, muddy, wet. What else is new? I usually like to pick some kind of goal and head for it. But there's nothing I'm really keen on getting to, and wow, that just got really wet right there. Yeah, okay. It's a lot marshier than I want it to be, guys. I'm going to back up a bit. Brackish water soaking through my boots. There's nothing quite like that feeling. Trying to follow, there's a lot of this, I guess it's bedrock for lack of a better word, but I'm trying to follow this stuff as much as I can to stay dry, or as dry as I can. Nothing over there that catches my eye, so we're going to go this way. No particular reason. Well, there's a little bit of a reason. There's more rock over here. So I apologize if this suffers because of that choice or that decision on my part. Oh yeah. But got to do what we have to do here. Wow, there's a lot of rock here. So, sorry, fence line, obviously. So that side's a no-no, I believe, and should be okay on this side. This isn't going to be as extensive a walkabout as I would have liked, just due to the fact that it's so soaking wet. And I mean, we can't complain. We've had near drought conditions. A lot of the upper states in the US have as well, just not getting any rain. And of course we've gotten, you know, almost a whole bloody season's rain in the past 2 weeks. So it's kind of just liquefied everything, which is good and bad, you know. Wow, that's a deep one. That's about 6 feet. You can't tell because of the light, but that's about 6 feet down, easily. I don't know if I can get through here or not. So far, so good. You got to figure they've got to clear some brush out to put fence up. Like, even though fence has probably been here 100 years, and that's not much of an exaggeration, if it's an exaggeration at all. The farmland I'm on is easily that old. Fence kind of takes a real bad turn right here. That would be because some cattle have knocked it down. If it were dry, I'd collect some of that, but it sure as hell is not. That even looks to be a little cow path there. Looks like they regularly wander off course. This looks a little familiar to me. A little bit. I recognize that. That down there, I don't know if you can make it out. That light whitish gray spot is what I call the flat rock. I'm going to show you that soon. It's a big old expanse of bedrock that's just completely barren, and a great spot to have people up to camp. If I can get some people convinced to go camping. A lot of my friends aren't really into it that much. And that looks like a bit of a game trail right there. Whether it be coyotes or deer, we have a lot of each. And as you can see, they get the occasional cow. That's cow bone right there. So I'd like to get down there. Safely, mind you. Just trying to decide how I'm going to do that. Again, I don't know where they den up, so got to be cautious about this, guys. Not trying to be overly cautious, but my wife is pregnant with our first, just about 8 months, and you know, it's true what they say, it changes your priorities. You definitely think about things more. So they've put brush up here by the looks of it, in case the cattle do get out, that they don't wander down and snap a neck, die, whatever. This might be where I can get down. It looks to be the most gentle spot to do so, I believe. Yeah. Might just be. Alright, I'm going to try this with the camera running. Not the smartest thing to do, again. Make sure of my footing here before I take another step. It's pretty soggy stuff. We're coming up to the 12-minute mark, so I'm probably going to stop so I can pause to jump down to that, which is looking to be, I don't know, only 6 or 7 feet, but best done with 2 hands. Alright, we'll see you for what, part 5 in just a minute. Okay, switching hands back again. Made it down. No worries. I was standing right beside that tree when I stopped. Did a, I'm going to say, semi-controlled slide. Gosh, I wish that camera would track a bit better. Semi-controlled slide down here. Had this guy to help break my fall, so we're good. I'm going to continue down this slope. Hopefully I don't slide down it. If I pick up speed, well, the reasons shall be obvious, I'm certain. Alright, so I made it back to the trail, as it turns out. Did a nice little loop there, that's good. I'm going to show you the flat rock I was talking about. And that's not it, but that leads to it. Because there's the ATV right there. So I'm going to grab this puppy, turn about, and head over to the flat rock and resume filming from there. Guess I could leave you guys running if I can do this one-handed, but I don't think I can. Not turn this beast around anyway. So I guess this part's going to be a bit short, guys. My apologies for that. But we're headed in that direction. And we'll turn you back on again in a few minutes here. Hey guys, part 6 I think, right? I came in right there and I had the ATV parked. If you see that, where is he? You see that big pine, or yeah, that's a pine I believe. That big pine right there. About 50 yards, 100 yards we'll say on the other side of that is the trail running, you know, running that way. And then I came in, like I said, right there. This is the flat rock. It's what I call the area, for obvious reasons. It's quite large. That white debris that you see over there is the remains of a cow. Coyotes have been successful off and on, it seems. And here's where I'm parked right here. I was coming back for my tripod, but it seems to have bounced off on the way in. It kind of sucks. I should have been paying more attention. That's alright, we'll get that on the way out. You know what though, actually, I should take a walk back and see if I can't get it. Because I was planning on using tripod to build my fire, but I will just take a quick peek, give you a bit better idea of the scale here. And if I don't see it right here, you know, before I get into the muck, well, then I will do without. Until next time. Really holds water in here too, for sure. Alright, it's not readily visible, so we'll just skip it for now. Not a big deal. I'm going to head over to a little spot, sort of, that I have. As I said, here's part of the cow carcass, skeleton. Yes, actually, because carcass probably still has meat on it, right? I'm sure somebody would be correcting me on that. Please feel free. I do it to myself and other people anyway, so fair's fair. Wow. It's all full of sphagnum moss. So, I mean, you know, that stuff's just like a sponge. Obviously, as most mosses are, but especially true of that stuff. And I just keep getting re-soaked over and over. That's alright. Not a big deal. So, this is my inn. This is my little spot in here. If I can get in here without too much difficulty. I'm going to be doing the crouch here, guys. Not much choice though. Like I said, hope none of this is active den area for anything. There's a lot of holes in these rocks. That would be ideal. Alright, well, this is my little clearing. Absolutely nothing fancy about it. But, you know, this is it. So, maybe what I'll try and do, no promises on this, see if I can't, no, that's not going to work at all. Alright, I was going to see if I could balance you on something. Kind of missing that tripod after all. But, again, I'm going to make do without. So, I'm going to see if I can get a little fire going here. No guarantees. I'm not going to film the attempt because it's starting to rain a bit. I just want to try and get a little something going real quick. I may have to resort to wet fire tinder cubes. Just going to boil up a little cup of brew there, a little broth. And we'll come right back as soon as I can get this going. Catch you in a second.